And I want to make sure I get this on recording because this has actually been something that a lot of the affiliates have been asking for as well, the brand new affiliates. So if you are a brand new affiliate and you are on here for the first time and you've joined us in the last 30 days, do me a favor and drop new in the comments section so we can just love bomb you. Like we want to just love bomb you right now. Kim's new, Karen's new, Josie's new, Crystal's new. Ah, I love this. Look at all the newbies coming in and I love it. If you're on here and you're a guest and this is the first time you're seeing my face, my name is Marina Simone. I am a blue diamond with Frequence. And tonight I'm going to talk about how we make money at Frequence. Usually these opportunity Zooms have like slide decks and like go into the product. And I really just felt like one of the main reasons why this compensation plan stands out and is one of the best compensation plans that I have been in 10 years in this industry. So some of you, and I'm going to sit down for a minute and just talk to you guys really quick because it hurts my back bending over. So some of you are, I want to say like, you've never done this before, right? You've never sold anything online. Maybe you've never sold a product before. And if that's you, I want you to know it's totally fine. I'm going to speak to you tonight too. Just drop a 1 if this is your first time ever doing this. I'm going to make sure that I speak to you tonight so you can understand how you are going to be able to earn with Frequence. Okay. See, I see some 1s. That's awesome. If you're somebody that's like, I've tried to do this before, I've tried to make money before. I've tried to, do things, but it was always too hard to sell. Drop a 2. If you're like, I tried, but it was too hard for me, drop a 2. And I want you to be completely honest and know that there's no judgment here. And this is a very interactive presentation, as you can tell, right? And now I know there's a percentage of you that are like, look, I've made $1,000 a month. I've made $5,000 a month. I've made $10,000 a month. I am a veteran in this industry. If you're in that category, you're probably not going to drop a 3 because you're probably just watching this on like ghost mode. And I want you to know that we see you. But if you want to drop a 3, go ahead and drop a 3 in the chat box. I'm also going to talk to you. But I want to first ask your permission. Do I have your permission to talk about money this evening? And I know for some of you that might be uncomfortable. Money is not something that a lot of us grow up talking about in a positive way. And so it can give us this block of actually earning it. And so I want to help tune that frequency tonight. I want to tune your money frequency. Is that okay? Do I have your permission? Okay, good. I want to show you why when I was looking at this industry and looking for compensation plans, and I was looking for where I felt like somebody who was a 1, somebody who was a 2, and somebody who was a 3 could actually win, there were a lot of things that I had to look at. And I want to be transparent with you guys about this, if that's okay. Because I know this is a big reason that a lot of people make decisions to be an affiliate for somewhere or not be an affiliate for somewhere. And I'm going to point out some of the key points of what held a lot of people that were 1s and 2s back in my former compensation plan and in the one that I first got started with. Okay. And I think this is really cool because I think there's going to be a lot of questions around this. And I think this video will answer that for you. Okay. So if you're on the replay watching this too, like hopefully this answers your questions. If not, get with the person that invited you and we can get even more questions answered, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit them all tonight. So most companies, and I'm saying most because I have looked at over 100 compensation plans in my 14-year career in this industry, which is so weird. That is so weird to even say 14 years I've been committed to one industry because I couldn't keep a job for longer than 2 years. Okay. I used to be working in a cubicle, chained to a cubicle, working almost 55 hours a week for a third-party company with Amazon. And I was miserable. And I had literally 3 computers at my desk that I would work from. Okay. So, literally. Okay. So anyway, I've looked at a lot of them. Okay. And here's what I found with Frequence's compensation plan. The first question that I asked Barb and Dave Pitcock, which is our CEOs, is I said, are you sure you can pay out this much? Very first question I asked, and let me tell you why. This company, Frequence, pays on what's called the real dollar. And so here's what I want you to understand about the real dollar. And you probably hear my 15-year-old in the kitchen. Apologize for that. So we get paid on the real dollar. What does that mean? Okay. That means that when you sell something for $100, you get paid on that $100 in this compensation plan. That sounds simple. It sounds like duh. Isn't that what I should get paid on? Doesn't that make sense? Okay, well, here's what's happening in most companies. Most companies, they're actually splitting the dollar. What do I mean by that? I mean that they're splitting the dollar to something that's called commissionable volume. And I probably didn't spell that right, but hear me out a second. Most companies don't pay you on the actual dollar of something that you sell. They pay you on something usually called CV or BV. Now, this might not sound like a big deal, but check this out. This is how big of a deal this is for a 1, 2, or a 3, whether you dropped a number 1, 2, or a 3, okay? Let's pretend you sold $1,000 and you're going to get paid 20% on that $1,000. That's $200. But what if a company is only paying you a certain percentage of that dollar? Even though you made that sale or sales of $1,000 and you're going to get paid 200, before you get paid on that, they're usually going to cut out a certain amount, usually somewhere around here. And so now you're only getting paid 20% on the BV, okay? We need you to understand this. This is massive. So here's what I want you to understand. For those of you that are looking, I really want to educate you tonight because I think it's really important to understand this when you're looking at a compensation plan, because I didn't understand this. I used to get really, really caught up in this. 50% commissions. I used to get so excited. I was like, whoa, that's got to be the company. They're paying out 50% commissions to somebody that makes a sale. But if you don't know how to read a compensation plan, if you don't know the back end, which I spent close to 3 months on the back end of this compensation plan with Frequence, you don't realize that the 50% you're getting paid is not on what you actually sell. It's going to be based on a CV or a BV. Okay. Now, why do you need to know this? Why do you need to know this? Because this could take someone that could easily be making $500 a month by doing the basics to someone who, instead of making $500 a month, maybe they'll make it because they'll make $500 because of the 50% commissions. Then all of a sudden that goes away and it goes into the real compensation plan. And now they're making $40 a month. That's what we've seen. That's what we've seen. Okay. Yes, brutal. Absolutely brutal. So when I show you ways that we get paid, I want you to understand that it is the real dollar. You get paid on the real dollar. There is none of that happens. Isn't that crazy? I have to tell you, I've never been in a company that's done this before. Maybe, I don't know if any of you have, but this is huge. For those of you that are a number 3, I need you to hear me right now. This takes your check from a 4% average of your total team to 8%. Some of you have done millions in volumes in sales, and you weren't getting paid your worth because they were cutting it out. And this is a very small cut. And I'm going to show you where we don't get that cut here. Whether you're doing tons of volume, you're doing $1,000, you're doing $500, we have an even playing field with our compensation plan. Now, before I get up there and draw some numbers for you, we're going to math some things out. Here's what I want you to know. That if you apply yourself and you follow this 5-day experience method that I'm going to share with you, you will win. Obviously, the harder you work, the more, I don't know your network, like everybody's different, right? I have to say the disclaimer, everybody is different. We cannot guarantee that you're going to make $1 bazillion. Like we can't guarantee that. But what I'm going to show you, if you do this 5-day experience method, you can guarantee cash into your pocket every single day. So if you're like, I want cash in my pocket every single day, just drop the word day in the comment section. All right. So let's get this party started, shall we? How do we make money? Oh, I should have worn a microphone. You guys can still hear me okay, hopefully. Yeah? Okay. The first thing that stood out to me was personal savings. This is going to matter when it comes to the 5-day experience method. So if you're a customer, you can save 10% by setting up a subscription on every single one of your orders with us, with the Rise, the Source, the Reverse, the Face, the Gua Sha we just launched, frequency charge, all of our frequency charge products, right? 10% off customers. Affiliates. When you're an affiliate, which is most of you are on here, are looking to become an affiliate, seeing if this is actually going to make you money, right? Weighing out if this is where you want to build your home, where you want to plant your feet. What happens is this. The subscription gives you 10%. When you start going up in sales, going up in rank, this increases whether you have a subscription or not. So for example, and I wrote down the numbers so I could make sure I didn't write them wrong. When someone does $1,000 in sales, their personal savings goes up to 15%. Pay attention to this because this is going to make sense when I do the 5-day experience method, okay? When someone does 2,500, it goes up to 20% savings. When someone does 5,000, and this is not just you, this is you and any other affiliates you bring in. There's no separation. All volume rises to the top here. All volume is the same. That's another thing that a lot of companies do. They separate the customers and they separate the affiliates so they can pay less on the affiliates that are ordering every month, which then eats into the CV and the BV. Anyway, let me keep going. 25% savings. So you order something that's $135, you're going to get 25% off. No subscription anytime you order. No subscription. Then 10,000 and above, you're going to save 30% on your personal orders. This is massive. And some of you are like, that's really not a big deal. It is. Because I'm going to show you how we put cash in our pocket, how we have customers on repeat ordering every single month, how we turn a no into a maybe, into a try, into a buy with our 5-day experience method. Okay? So how do you make money? One, this is the savings. I want you to remember this number right here, 20%, because we're going to talk about that, okay? 20%, so this is the savings. Now let's talk about what you're going to make when you make a sale. It doesn't matter if you're brand new, if you've been doing this for a while, it doesn't matter how much you sell, you will always earn 20% on the real dollar on all first orders. So what does that mean? You sell something for $500, you're going to make 20% of that $500, which is $100. I'm just doing numbers, doing math, so it's easy for you guys to understand. Guess what else? When you become an affiliate with us for $50, even if you never buy anything from us, you'll get paid on that 20%. Hear what I just said? So you don't have to worry about subscriptions going through in order to get your 20%. Think about that for a second. How many of you drop a 5 if you always spent more than you were making just to be able to get whatever this number was on first orders? Look at all that. This takes that away. This is massive. But hold on, there's another beautiful piece that was added in. If you're a number 3, and even a 2, but if you're a number 3 and you have people that you bring in as affiliates, you're going to get a 5% match on all their first orders that they do every single day. So let's say I'm here. Yes, I'm drawing circles on a board. They can all make fun of me. I don't care. And this is, I'll use my husband, Jason. Not that I can enroll him because you can't enroll your spouse. That was probably bad. We'll say it's Jane. Jane, me, Jane. Jane has $2,000 in sales. Well, Jane's going to make 20% of that. And then I'm going to get a 5% match. Now, some of you have affiliates that sell a lot on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram, right? But in most companies, I'm going to point out what's different here. In most companies, because it's all new volume, here's what they do in the compensation plan. They take that new volume, they give it to you so you can rank advance. Oh, she's winning. But then you get your check and you're like, that didn't match nothing. What? What? Okay, so here's what we did. No company can pay on new volume. Let's just be clear, because the new volume always is going to go to the person, but the match is what's so different here. Instead of all that new volume just getting put into your organization, you're going to get a 5% match. So if you bring in 10 people that do $1,000 in new sales every single month, that's 5% on those 10 people. I haven't even gotten into the goods yet, people. This is just the bottom line. If you never order and you just paid the affiliate fee, this is what you could do. Drop like a OMG if you're like, yeah, that's amazing. Some of you don't know that. I know I've had a conversation with a couple of 3s who are like, well, I have this, influencer. She's got like 20,000 followers and they buy whatever she wants, but she doesn't want to have to buy the product every month. We got you. That's what we got here. Okay. First orders. Keep this in mind because it's going to make sense in a minute. And yes, this is going to be a little bit longer, but I feel like it's needed. I feel like it's needed. And if at any time you're like, this is not for me, feel free to hop off. If you don't want to learn how to make money, that's okay. I watched one of my friends and my mentors today talk about if your bank account is broke and it's crying, you should be crying and looking at ways to make it feel better. So I'm just going to say that right now. We are a Feel Good Now movement. We're going to help you elevate your mind, body, and your bank account. Okay. Right now we're talking bank account. Bank account. Okay. All right. So we talked about your personal savings. We talked about the first orders. I want to talk about really quickly the legacy bonus. The legacy is where the reorders of your team happen. Okay. The legacy is 5% 6 deep once you become a gold. Now, why is this a big deal? This is a big deal because this is on level 2, 3, and 4. Well, it's actually 1, 2, 3, but I always think of myself as 1. I don't know why, but 2, 3, 4, you're going to make 5%. So what if you had, I'm not even going to say what if, because I'm going to go into that another time. Here's what you need to know. That's on the real dollar. Most people only have people in this level, so they get paid on all of it. Okay. All right, let me keep going. That's the legacy. That doesn't sound sexy. It is when you look at a residual check. But let me show you what happens to your frontline reorders. Let me show you what happens to your customer when they reorder, or an affiliate you brought in that reordered. Because this is where we slay any other compensation plan out there. I'm going to give you a scenario. Remember when I said the customers and the affiliates, in most companies, they separate them. Why do you think they do that? I'm curious. Why do you think they do that? Drop it in the chat. Why do you think they separate them? Breakage. Breakage. To pay less. Exactly. So, because they do something like this, because they do something like that BV and the CV, because they're not paying that 5% match on the new volume, they're not paying on the real dollar, they can literally do these crazy bonuses for the first 30, 60 days for somebody to come in, make a lot of money, and then take it all away from them and stick them into a crappy compensation plan. Where here, it is a level playing field of real dollar money. There is no hidden anything, and I'm going to show you that. A customer, let's say you're at that, let's say that you're a gold. You and your team do 5,000 in sales. I'm going to use this as an example because it's just easier for me right now. Okay. Here's what's going to happen. When your customer that you got paid 20% on places a second order, third, fourth, fifth, which by the way, our retention is insane. You're now getting paid 30% on the reorders. There's something called a team reward. And when you hit gold, which is 5,000, when you hit gold, you max it out, meaning you're going to get 30% on any customer that reorders. Guess what though? Same with any affiliates. How many of you are like, I'm really not good at customers, but I'm really good at recruiting? Drop recruit in the chat. How many are like, I'm really good at getting customers, but I'm not really good at recruiting? Drop customer in the chat. Guess what? It's the same on your front line. It's the same. So if you're really good at getting customers, we can get you to gold. If you're really good at getting affiliates, we could get you to gold. And you are not going to be penalized and have it separated. You know what's even cooler? For those of you that are a 3, this is for you. Your customers actually are direct to you just like an affiliate, which means it counts for your volume because all volume rises. It doesn't go off and become this runaway leg that you can't outwork. Oh, I didn't mention the best part. For those of you that are a 2 or a 3, you've probably been in compensation plans where you've had to have like, here's you. And then you have to have like one person at like 500, and then one person at like 1,000, and then another person at like 600. And then you have to have this person's got to have one person at 400. And then this person's got to have 2 people at, drop a 7 if you're like, oh my God, yes, this is ridiculous. They make it so impossible. They make it so impossible for you to earn not even a full dollar, right? Oh my gosh, I know. Okay, so check this out. Here's your requirement here. 60-40. That's it. What does that mean? It means 60% of the 5,000 can come from one place and 40% can come from the other. But if you're like what I do, I don't ever have to worry about that. And I'm going to show you how with the 5-day experience method. Is that not insane? Is that not insane? Now, when you get up to when you get up to the higher ranks where we do pool bonuses and all of that, it changes to 40-60. I'm going to be transparent. It changes to 40-60. But again, with what I'm going to show you with the 5-day experience method, doesn't matter. 40-60 over this, I'll take all day. I lost so much money in compensation plans because it all was based on what other people were doing and not what I was doing. And it was frustrating. So how many of you are like, whoa, if this is different already and you see the difference, drop difference in the chat. Yeah, big deal. Okay, remember, I am not going over every single part of the compensation plan because I will be honest with you, it will confuse you. And it's a good thing that you don't need to know everything, because if you have to know everything, this business is too hard. But I know some of you really needed to understand pieces of it that worked that it does. But you need to see the numbers. Well, I haven't even talked about all of it, but I want to talk to you now about the duplication. It's cool that the compensation plan is amazing. It's cool that we get paid. And for those of you that are number 3, let me just do this for you really quick. There is a bonus called a diamond generational when you start doing 100,000 in sales or higher. So, you know, whatever, like 100,000 or higher, right? There's something called a diamond generational bonus, and it pays 4 generations of diamonds deep. This bonus right here has 2 numbers, a comma, and 1, 2, 3 for where I'm at. I didn't make any claims. I just said there was a comma, 3 zeros, and 2 numbers in front of that comma. Didn't make any claims though, because it's 4 generations of diamonds, meaning until it finds a diamond, it's going to keep paying 1%. And as you rank up, it goes to 2%. Get in this diamond generational bonus. That's all I'm going to tell you, because this doesn't cap on width at all. 4 generations deep width. That means that you're probably going to get paid on some of your 16th, 17th, 18th levels. Hear me when I say this, number 3s. I'm talking directly to you. Okay. And I see there's questions. I will get to them. Hold your questions until the end, if you don't mind. Oh, Romeo's back. Sit down. Sit down. Okay. I want to show you the duplication part. So it's awesome. The comp plan's awesome, but how many of you have had problem because people have looked at the price before and they're just scared to buy? We have a 30-day money back guarantee on all of our products, empty bottle. However, we know that there are some people that still just are afraid to spend the money. What happens if you had a $35 offer for them to try it for 5 days, and you felt confident that in those 5 days that they would feel the difference, they would feel good, and be begging you for your link? We call it the 5-day experience method. Our rise, funny story, February of 2024, when I first got started with Frequence, and we started tasting it and trying it, like we were sampling it in baggies. Like we would have somebody come over and they're like, oh, I want some. And I was like, and I had like 10 tubs. That's all I had for people to sample, right? And we were putting them in little baggies so people could try it. And the next day I literally had people coming to my house asking me if I had any to sell. I didn't have a link yet. We didn't even have a website yet in February. I was like, what is going on? This is weird. I've been in companies where I had to pretend I liked the taste of products. I had to make some weird faces. Like you can always tell when somebody's like, that's so good, and it's not. And I can actually dry scoop our rise. I don't suggest it. Just an FYI, I don't suggest dry scooping it. I mean, like I can put my nail in there and taste it and I'm fine. I actually had to do that for one of my best friends, Amber DeLoof. She's like, I am not. Show me it's not disgusting, because I am not doing another disgusting company, right? So anyway, we have a 5-day experience now. We have sticks. There's 21 sticks that come in a tub, and we created, Robin and Sarah Lovely out in Canada, created the 5-day experience method. And we have been running with this. And when I tell you that a year later, more than a year later now, this is how we convert 80% of our customers and turn our customers into affiliates with a simple $35 offer. How cool is that? I'm going to show you the math on it, okay? So we have 2 packs that we usually tell people to get started with, a gold pack or a platinum pack, because these 2 packs have 5-day experiences in them. So the gold pack has 14 or 12. Well, has 12 5 days. And the platinum has 25 5 days. Why is that a big deal? Well, I told you that each 5-day is $35. So here's the math. The gold pack, you are going to have 12 times 35, which is $420. The platinum pack comes with 25 if you join that one, and that's $882. Cash in your pocket, because you're going to collect the money from the people. This isn't done through the back office. Corporate, if you're on, plug your ears. Now, why am I telling you this? Because people like to sample, but I don't want you spending money on samples and then not making any money back. $35 for 5 days? People say yes. I go everywhere with those in my purse. I'm like, you need to try one of these. They feel it within 30 minutes, some of them with a couple days, and they're coming back. So gold pack, platinum pack, this is the duplication of this. Hear me out for a second. This pack, the gold pack, is $519. So I don't know, do the math. What is that, like $100, $99? So it's costing you $99. Now, hold on. You're not just getting 12 5-day experiences. You're also getting our rise, our source, and our straw. And I think you get the face. I think yeah. Okay. So you're getting over, what is it? $400 in product for 99 bucks. Okay. The platinum pack. You're getting 2 of everything that you got in the gold pack. And this one's $999. What's that math? 100, 117. So it costs you $117 for over $700 worth of product. 2 straws. If you don't know what the frequency charge anti-wrinkle straw is, get with the person that invited you. It is going viral on social media, and we just have a brand new doctor that is teaching us all about how the frequencies work with the straw, and when you sip through it, what it's doing to the actual water and to the molecules into your body. It's insane. I am not a scientist, but I got excited about that. Okay, I don't want wrinkles, but heal me from the inside out so I can age backwards. Yes, please. Okay, so you see this, right? Now, here's the numbers I need you to understand. 80%. If you're on here and you tried a 5-day experience, we would, yes, I'm going to go through that too, Faith. Don't you worry. This is just them coming in the first time. Can you guys, for those of you that tried a 5-day experience, put 5-day. And then did you become a customer or did you become an affiliate? Watch. I'm not making this up. Kim said 5-day affiliate. 5-day affiliate. Amber. 5-day affiliate. Angela. 5-day affiliate. Christine. Faith says 80% of my 5-day experience customers become affiliates. Yeah. Yeah. So check this out, right? 80%. So let's pretend that 80% of your 25 became customers. Here's the money. That means that 20 people are going to start rising and vibing. So you make $27 every time somebody rise and vibes. We call it rise and source, rise and vibe. That's how we feel good now, right? So if you have 20 people that you make $27 on from that 20% we talked about, I wrote it down because I knew I was going to forget. $540. Okay. So not only did you basically get your products for free, now you have $540 of profit from the 80% that converted, and you did the work one time. Hear me. You did the work one time. That 5-day experience and you checking in on them converted them into your 20% of that first order. Now let's pretend you're a gold, like we talked about, and you get that 30% on a reorder. Now when they reorder, let's see, I put it over here. Yeah, now when they reorder, it's going to equal $810. Look at how much that jumped. Just from 25 5-day experience, from your initial investment. People, please hear me, whether you are a 1, 2, or you are a 3. Most companies have very sexy, flashy things that are in your face, but do they have a strategy that they can back with the real dollar and with a product that people are banging on your door to get when they run out of that 5-day experience. That's what we have here. It's nuts. Okay. So now let me show you one more thing. We have something called the 5-day experience kit. So every single month, our goal as affiliates is to get as many 5-day experiences in their hands that we possibly can, because we know it converts. So the company did something really cool. They put a 5-day experience pack / kit together where we get one free tub of the 21 sticks. Watch this math. You're about to like freak out. You're about to freak out. So where'd it go? Here it is, right here. No, where'd it go? 999. Okay. Let's say you are getting 20% savings. This pack is $9.99, but you have 20% savings. So what you pay for that, so for 231 sticks, oh my God, this is insane. Every time I write this on, it's insane. So let's just say it's 800. Let's just say it's 800, okay? You paid $800 for 231 sticks. That's 46 5-day experiences. You can sell each of those at $35. That has a profit of $1,600 from the 5-day experiences. Minus it from the $800 that you spent, $800 cash. Now, remember I said 80%. So 80% of those 46 are going to turn into customers. You're going to get another 20% when those 46 purchase. And when they reorder, you're going to get 30% because you're going to be a gold. You do this, you will be beyond gold. You will be platinum. And when you hit platinum, you get to share in what's called the platinum pool bonus, where the company takes a percentage of all the brand new sales every single month, puts it in a pool, and the platinums and above, we share it. How cool is that? I have never been at a company where I got any pool shares because I never could have like 15 legs with the 15,000 people in it the right way. That's pretty cool, right? I'm not done yet. I know. Let me show you more money. Can I show you more money? Drop more money in the chat if you're like, please show me more money. Drop more money if you want to see more money. I can see your comments. I need to know. Barbara wants more money. Karen wants more money. Beverly wants more money. Show me the money. Jennifer's like more money. Okay, so here's where helping people understand the power of this 5-day experience, getting 5-day experiences in the hands of their friends, family, people that they meet. We had a waitress who tried it. She watched us making it when we were at the airport, actually leaving Dallas. She watched Amber make it and she was like, can I have one? She's like, what is that? We're like, mushrooms. And she's like, what kind of mushrooms? So we're like, not those kind. We're like, they're really good. They make you happy. They make you feel really good. She's like, oh, can I try it? We're like, yeah, we literally mixed it for her and she drank it, came back 30 minutes later and became a customer of Amber's. I've never had that happen in my career. Ever. Okay. So watch what happens with this 5-day experience method. I get excited when we get to this part. I'm not gonna lie, because this is where most companies make the biggest mistake. They just assume that people want to sell. People really want to feel good when they're sharing something or selling something. I don't know about you, but I want to feel good. And I know when I give somebody a 5-day experience and I charge them $35, I'm not breaking their bank. And I know that they're going to feel good in those 5 days. And then they're going to, in their mind, instead of them figuring out a way, to justify spending that money on a subscription, they're like, I need that. I felt so good. I can't be without it. That is a really good sales strategy. When it really emotionally triggers someone, when they press buy on a product or on a rising and vibing, they're so confident about it because they knew how they felt in those 5 days. That's powerful. Most companies miss that. They just keep looking for the newest customer, which we want to do that. We want to get 100,000 people rising and vibing, but before the end of this year, just an FYI, I think we can do it. I know we can do it. 100,000 people around the world. I'll tell you about where we're open in a minute. But can you imagine that? So what happens for those of you that are number threes? Hear me. For those of you that are like, I want to be a three, Marina, you keep talking about three. Just listen here. Watch this. What if you had 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just say 4. We'll do 5. I like 5. What if you had 5 affiliates, 5 people that you're getting paid 30% on? You can see that. Yeah. What if there's 5 people on your front line that you brought in affiliates? 30% that you get on any second, third, fourth, any order after their first, you're gonna get 30% on it because you're gold. I'm talking to you because you're gold, okay? You're gonna make 30%. Now let's just say they get 20% off. Like, let's just make it simple, right? So if it's 20% off that $9.99, what is that? 800. So let's say they all do the 5-day experience kit, which, by the way, I'm not making this up. We all do it. We all do it. We all do it because it works. It converts 80%. Why wouldn't we do something that works? So if you have them, you're making 30% of each of that 800, which is what, 240? It's 240. You guys, this just keeps getting crazier and crazier. What is that? 10, 11, 12. That's $1,200. I haven't added any of the other bonuses or any of the other stacking. This is just a strategy. This is not even the full compensation plan breakdown. You don't have to know all of it. What I need you to understand is that when you partner with us, the strategy's already proven to work. It converts at 80%. It converts at 80%. You have 10 people try Rise with a 5-day experience. 8 of them are going to become customers. We've got the resources, we've got the tools, we have the doctors, we have the Facebook groups, we have the help, the support, we have the proof, we have testimonials of people that are rising and vibing and feeling good now. And now it's time we elevate the bank account. Yeah. So if you're watching this right now and you're like, this sounds great, like this is amazing, and you're a number 3 and you have deeper questions, I want to encourage you to get with the person that invited you and get with someone that they can put you in a 3-way chat with so you can ask the uncomfortable questions that maybe you don't want to ask on here. I had lots of uncomfortable questions. And I will tell you, I tried to pick apart this comp plan, very much so. Tried to pick it apart. And when they put that 5% match in there, that was crazy. So can you imagine the 1,200 plus what you personally do? What if month 2, I'm just going to do this really quick. What if by month 2, let's just say month 3, got the 1,200 from your front line, and then you have the 5-day experience reorders from the first and the second month. You guys are gonna freak out. That's with literally when I tell you, these numbers you cannot make up. Some of you are like, wow, I need to be really talking about the 5-day experience every single day. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. This is real money, real numbers. By month 3 or 4, because, whatever, following the 5-day experience method, converting at 80%, and then helping 5 people do the same thing, you're almost at $5,000 a month by month 4. So here's my pitch. We do things different here. We do things so different here. We truly treat every single human as an equal. No one cares what your rank is, how much money you've made. No one cares about any of that. Our goal is to elevate your mind, body, and your bank account. Help more people feel good now. We're doing that through the inside, the outside. We're also doing it in the mind. And I think that's the most important thing ever. And so I want to encourage you right now, if you're watching this, dive deeper, dig deeper. And for those of you that are a 3, let's go. You won't find a compensation plan that's going to pay you more. And if it does pay you a lot more, it's probably because the people that are at the bottom are getting nothing. Got to be careful. So let's get started with a gold pack, a platinum pack. Let's get your 5-day experiences out there. We'll teach you how to talk about it on social media without being a spammy butthole. We'll teach you how to do all the things. That's what we do here. Let's go rise and vibe together. I hope this was helpful. I can't wait to get the recording so I can finally have it for our team. I love you guys so much. Thanks for being here. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye, guys.